Annapolis, not only the state capital, but currently the capital of the Mid-Atlantic Conference. The hosts are undefeated in NPSL and continue to turn out records here in attendance. We welcome you into Navy Marine Corps Memorial Stadium, just off the campus of the U.S. Naval Academy. Brendan Hartlove here, bringing you all the action. Happy Father's Day out there to all the dads and father figures, and we are getting set for a big-time matchup here in the Mid-Atlantic Conference. As we said, Annapolis undefeated so far at 4-0-1, and they got a big win last Saturday against Virginia Beach City FC. The Blues were knocking on the door with a lot of great chances early on, but Virginia Beach City was able to keep them out. That was until Miles Lamb found the opener. His first goal of the season gave the Blues the lead, and it didn't stop there. Eric Watts got his first of the year as well on the rebound, and then the cherry on top was Jackson Ruckman with the acrobatic finish to put the Blues up by 3. They would close out the victory and now hold the first and second highest attendances in NPSL history.
And you really could not ask for a more beautiful day here at Navy Marine Corps Memorial Stadium. A very large crowd on hand once again in our state capital for Father's Day. And as we said, Annapolis has been setting some records in attendance. The first ever home game in program history back on June 3rd, a whopping 8,368. And you see the previous record back in 2016 was 7,400 and change. In Annapolis' second home game, they broke that one too pretty handily. So we'll see if they can make it 3 straight here today. We'll take a look at the starting lineups for both teams. First, for Grove United and Justin Grove's team, it'll be what we think to be a 5-3-2 formation or thereabout. Edgar Martins will be very important in the back. And in midfield, Ioni Mwepu, he will be a creative force to be reckoned with. And up top, Parker Sloan, the UVA forward, will look to do some damage. For the Annapolis Blues, pretty similar. 1 or 2 changes coming into this lineup. It'll be the youngster Luke Dunn at center back, paired with the 37-year-old Elton de Oliveira Santos. In midfield, Aiden Abril comes in to play alongside Francis Meyer and Matias de Jesus. And the man up front is Jacob Merle. 5 goals on the season so far, Jacob Merle, one of the top scorers in the division. And he got the first ever Annapolis home goal just a few weeks ago. We are just about set for kickoff here in our state capital. NPSL Soccer on Father's Day. So glad you could join us wherever you may be watching from. Annapolis is undefeated at 4-0-1 and scoring for fun. Grove United comes in last in the conference. 0-3-2 record. They have not been great at keeping the ball out of the back of the net. 10 goals against for a -5 goal differential. They've only scored 5 on the season. Annapolis has scored 16 and only allowed 2. And that was in the home opener against FC Frederick. They went down 1-0, pulled one back through Jacob Merle, that aforementioned first goal in Annapolis home history, and eventually went on to win handily 4-2. We're set for kickoff here in Annapolis. The Blues will go left to right, and the royal blue tops, white shorts. Grove United from right to left, and the black tops, red shorts. Really could not ask for more beautiful weather for this Sunday afternoon. A glorious day on Father's Day. All the players for Annapolis escorted onto the field by their fathers, and we're underway from Navy Marine Corps Memorial Stadium. The third ever home game in Annapolis Blues history. Grove United gets things underway. They look to build forward. Annapolis making life difficult. It comes back to Francis Meyer. In the NPSL, the 20th season of NPSL soccer with nearly 100 clubs across the country, broken up into a couple divisions. We're here in the East, and then those divisions broken into conferences. We're in the Mid-Atlantic Conference today. There's 8 teams in the Mid-Atlantic Conference, more than any other in the East Division, as the Blues really start to chip into this schedule. Having most recently gotten a win over Virginia Beach City FC like we saw in the Open, 3 goals in that game from Miles Lamb Eric Watts and Jackson Ruckman. Here's Luke Dunn on the ball now. Long ball towards the far side of the field, trying to find Eric Watts. He brings it down, looks to cut in onto the right foot, slips it into Jacob Merle, leaves it. Here's a Brill on the left foot, and that one will trickle out for a goal kick. Aiden Abril out of Brandywine, Maryland, plays collegiately for High Point University. He finds himself in the starting lineup today. Toshi Davis unavailable for Annapolis, has normally been that right-sided center midfielder, but Abril comes in paired with Matias De Jesus, now applying pressure on the ball. And Grove United forced that one out of play. Talked about how Annapolis has been scoring goals for fun. Jacob Merle has 5 on the season. Gordy Bernlohr, who's on the bench today, came off the bench in 3 straight games earlier on this season and had 3 goals in those games. He was in the starting lineup last Saturday against Virginia Beach, and he'll now be available off the bench for Colin Harriet's team. Eric Watts, as we said, found his first goal of the season last game, crashing the goal and following up on the rebound. And plenty of attacking threat for Annapolis, but they've been pretty stout defensively as well, only conceding those 2 goals. Here's Ruckman, who wins the header and nods it forward. Merle was trying to flick it on. And now Grove United could play on the counter here. A long attempt will roll harmlessly out of play. That was our friend Senior out of Richmond, Virginia. And the referee has stopped play as there's an Annapolis Blues player down in their offensive half of the field. Looks like that might be Eric Watts. He's helped back to his feet by the referee. Indeed, it is Eric Watts, and it is a scorcher out there today. The referee actually will be calling for hydration breaks at the 30th minute and the 75th minute of this one. Temperatures get over a certain degree, it becomes almost dangerous for the players to go without continuous water breaks. Here comes Annapolis through Miles Lamb. He underlaps on the inside, and Matias De Jesus clips one over the top. Slipped through the middle, an early chance, smothered but not clear yet, and an early goal! Aiden Abril in the lineup and on the score sheet. Annapolis has set sail. Less than 5 minutes into the game, and the Blues are already on top. If at first you don't succeed, try again. Around the keeper, slots it into the goal. And the Blues are up 1-0. Abril's first of the season. And all of a sudden, Grove United finds themselves in a bit of a hole. Grove United trying to play out of pressure at the back. Something Annapolis does very well is engage with a pretty high line. Matias De Jesus relentlessly pressing. And just like that, Annapolis is forced a turnover. Bit of miscommunication in midfield, and it's coughed up by the Blues. Grove United looking to make something out of nothing. Slipped out wide to Gordon. On the right foot and couldn't wrap his foot around it to sneak it into the far post, and that will go out for a Griffin Hemmingdinger goal kick. Elton de Oliveira Santos on the ball. The center back pairing for Annapolis is quite a unique one. Luke Dunn is one of the youngest players on the field. And there's about a 20-year age difference between his center back partner, Elton de Oliveira Santos. It's part of the magic of NPSL soccer. Here's Jackson Ruckman. 2 goals in his last 2 games for the right back. And both of them have been absolute stunners. And a late challenge there on the far side of the field, and the referee will bring this one back. And we're going to see the first yellow card of the game. It's Olubanke Yodom who goes into the referee's book for Grove United. And that's Eric Watts again down on the far side of the field. Elton de Oliveira Santos, the skipper, coming over to have a word with the referee. Watts is back up to his feet, but in the battles early on in this one. As we'll take another look at the foul that was committed. And Watts had tried to clip that one forward, and Banke Yodom had come in a bit too aggressively, and a warranted yellow card. So the Blues will get things back underway. Blues wanted to go short, but Grove United set up, making it very difficult for them to do so. Here's Ruckman. Now Justin Harris, the Maryland Terrapin, on the ball. Talking to Annapolis head coach Colin Harriott before the game. That's a driven ball to the far side, taken down by Miles Lamb. Clipped over the top. Jacob Merle making a run in behind, and quick off his line was Austin Aaron, the Grove United goalkeeper. He bowls that one out. Again, Grove United trying to play out of the back without much success so far. Going back to the conversation with Colin Harriott before the game, he talked about wanting to dominate the game for longer stretches of time. He wanted to see if the Blues could get an early goal and then play on the front foot. Well, they've gotten the early goal, and we'll see if they're able to sustain that momentum. Dunn reads that one very well to cut it out. And will step into midfield. Clips it out for Justin Harris. Harris defended by Andrade. Harris on his weaker left foot tries to drive it in, and that one's stabbed clear by the Grove United defense. Ruckman will take the throw-in. Quickly gets it back. And another late challenge, no whistle that time around. That was Gabriel Sá, the Brazilian midfielder for Grove United, wearing the number 8 shirt. Here's Ruckman. Now Francis Meyer, the Johns Hopkins Blue Jay. Started every game last season as a sophomore and led the Blue Jays to the quarterfinals of the NCAA Division III tournament. Lofted throw in, flicked on, and sent forward by Edgar Martins. The Blues win the ball back. Here's Meyer, pressured from behind, and coolly spins away. Now Ruckman. Driving forward. Now Harris. Gets it back from Ruckman. Justin Harris clips it to De Jesus, his Maryland teammate. And the Blues have won a free kick at the top of the box. A dangerous set-piece opportunity coming up for Annapolis. Quickly taken in the box, and it's a save. And it looks like the referee might bring this one back, as it was a pretty good attempt from Annapolis to catch Grove United sleeping. But Annapolis has been successful scoring free kicks this season. Elton de Oliveira Santos, the center back, in the first ever home game, curled one in from a similar range. And that was the goal that made it 2-2 between the Blues and FC Frederick. He looks to back away from this one, though. It's Luke Dunn and Matias De Jesus that stand over it. It's a 4-man wall for Grove United. De Jesus sneaks it in. A bit of a change-up shot. And the Blues have doubled their lead. A first Annapolis goal for the Maryland Terrapin. Less than a quarter hour played, and Annapolis already out to a 2-goal lead. Matias de Jesus, the right-footed free kick, sent it to the far post, catching the keeper off guard. And the Blues are on top big. Matias de Jesus, the center midfielder out of Towson, Maryland, finds his first of the season. Wasn't exactly the free kick he had planned, but nonetheless, they all count the same. Jacob Merle was a bit eager and is called for offside. Restarted by Grove United. De Oliveira Santos reads that one, and Meyer plays it back to Hemmendinger. We'll send that one forward. Anywhere will do. Jesus trying to get under it. Merle lays it off. Abril, the initial goal scorer. Merle, the run in behind. It goes out towards Gawatz, and it's well read by the right back, Anthony Rowland. Here's De Jesus, combining in midfield. Rowland again reads that one well, but can't put it out of play. Flipped inside, Merle. De Jesus nods it forward. Merle challenges for the header. It comes all the way out to Jackson Ruckman. Now Justin Harris forced to play back. Bit of a heavy touch from Dunn, but he gets it cleanly away to Ruckman. Sends Harris on a run. Right-footed cross towards the center, the volley. It falls down low. De Jesus tried to collapse on it. He comes all the way back to Hemmendinger. Crossfield pass to Miles Lamb, who brings it out of the air with the left foot. Here's De Jesus. Gets it back from Merle. Good link-up play. Out to the left wing. Left foot across towards the center, and that's headed away by Banka Yodom. Now Grove United trying to come forward, but it's cleaned up by the experienced Elton De Oliveira Santos. Each time the Lions try to get something brewing going forward, it is snuffed out by the Blues back line. Here's Meyer to Abril. Slips it through to Merle. Inside, and a great save by Austin Aaron. The leading goal scorer for Annapolis could not get the better of the Grove United keeper, and it's out for an Annapolis corner kick. It was a great through ball with the outside of the foot, and Merle tried to power that one to the left-hand post. And Austin Aaron, the experienced goalkeeper, comes up with a great stop. Matias de Jesus stands over it. In-swinging delivery from the left-hand side. Abril back towards the center, knotted out by Grove United. Quickly sent forward, and a great read there by Luke Dunn. Ball over the top now. Brought down by Parker Sloan. El de Oliveira Santos gets the tackle away, but only as far as Mwepu. A long shot, and that one hits Luke Dunn in the chest. Ruckman doing the defending. Senior coming inside. Into the box, and a great tackle by the youngster. Here's Tariq Gordon. Inside, headed away by Annapolis. Helped forward by Abril. Merle goes up and is whistled for the foul. An overzealous leap from the Annapolis forward. Merle helps him back to his feet. Annapolis was facing a bit of sustained pressure for the first time in this game, and Merle leaped high in the air and went over the back. That'll be a foul 9 times out of 10. Long driven effort, and that is comfortably into the hands of Griffin Hemmendinger. That was Iago Andrade, the defender out of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Long pass, Justin Harris on a run. And Aaron was very well placed at the top of his box to come out and claim that one. Harris has quite a bit of speed. It was a great idea by Annapolis. All of a sudden, Grove United has a little bit going for them. Until El de Oliveira Santos tries to catch the keeper off his line. And it sails just wide right. Not a bad look at all from the center back. Saw that Austin Aaron was cheating out towards the top of his box, and you wouldn't rule it out for El de Oliveira Santos. Past couple weeks in Major League Soccer, we've seen some similar goals scored, including last night in the DC United game. And Lucas Elarayan had one midweek as well. Perhaps de Oliveira Santos has caught some of those highlights and thought, why not have a go? Ruckman rides the challenge. Ruckman tries to keep it in, but gifts it away to Grove United. Now out on the far side. It's Ioni Mwepu trying to spin away. Gets it off to Parker Sloan. And that was a great read. It was a dangerous through ball, but Luke Dunn has come up with some really big interceptions for Annapolis at the back. Dunn made his first ever Annapolis appearance off the bench last game against Virginia Beach City FC. He came on as a right winger. So I asked Colin Harry before the game, well, has Luke Dunn ever played center back before? And he kind of laughed and said, well, he has in his club career at the youth levels, so he finds himself paired with Elton de Oliveira Santos at the back. James Lee had been the other starting center back every game this season for Annapolis. Once again wrestled to the ground. That time by Anthony Rowland. Rowland out of Centerville, Virginia, plays collegiately for Longwood United. Watts has taken a beating so far in this one. Only 20 minutes in. And so that will do it for Eric Watts. He sees his afternoon end a bit early, just after 20 minutes or so. We'll see the entrance of Gordy Burnlore, Severna Park, Maryland native. He'll set up on that left wing. An early change Colin Harriet's forced into. Bernlohr does have a number of goals on the season already, as we talked about, so could perhaps provide a spark down the left-hand side. Through ball here into the box. Squared back towards the center. And it's cut out by Grove United. Again, Annapolis nearly finding themselves in behind. Meyer steps up to win it. One back in midfield. Here's Justin Harris. Little dummy there to Jesus in the box. Parried wide. The follow-up is in. Gordy Bernlohr off the bench and on the score sheet again. The super sub. 4 cameos, 4 goals off the bench for Annapolis in 2023. Matias de Jesus' shot was parried wide and comfortably into the path of Bernlohr, who makes no mistake with the left foot. And the CR7 celebration. 4th goal of the season for Gordon Bernlohr. Plays collegiately for Catholic University and has a pretty good goal score record there as well. And we are back underway. A 3-goal deficit for Grove United. And that one went out. Assistant referee's flag is up on the far side. And the chants begin to ring out from the supporters group. Instead of the Olay chant, it's an Old Bay chant. All the way back to Aaron. Sent long forward and comfortably to Jackson Ruckman. Here's De Oliveira Santos. Into Aiden Abril, whose first goal of the afternoon feels like it was a while ago now. Here's Harris. Cutting inside. Merle makes a run through the center, and that one was a bit too heavy and comfortably handled by the Grove United goalkeeper. Mwepu was trying to spin away from the double team and drew the foul. It looks like we're going to have a substitution for Grove United. As it will be Olu Banke-Yodom, who takes a seat over on the bench. Sam Beckman makes his entrance. Olu Banke-Yodom was the one that was booked early on in this contest, and Beckman will now come in and join the defensive unit. Bernlohr was trying to dance away on the far side. Here's Ruckman. High Point University player, driving forward. Here's Francis Meyer. The fulcrum of that Annapolis midfield. The deepest of the three central midfielders. Often finds himself in a pretty free roaming position to pick up the ball and make things happen from a deeper position. Grove United trying to pin Annapolis to the right-hand side of the field. The Blues escape that pressure, and DeJesus looks to stride ahead. Here's Miles Lamb. And he will win the corner off of Anthony Rowland. Matias DeJesus will make the trek over to the far side to take this corner kick once again. And with his right foot, it will be an in-swinging delivery. Quickly taken towards the back post. Ruckman's there, and Ruckman scores! 3 goals in 3 games for Jackson Ruckman. And the Blues are up by 4. It was lofted towards the back post, and Ruckman found himself free and nods that one into the cage. The defender now has 3 goals on the season, as you see with the celebration there. Jacob Merle, your leading goal scoring record might be in jeopardy with Jackson Ruckman once again tallying a goal. Not often that you have a defender that scores 3 goals in 3 games. But Jackson Ruckman out of Edgewater, Maryland has done just that. And it is looking awfully desperate for Grove United. Not even a half hour gone, and Annapolis up by 4. Here's Dunn. Dunn makes the run forward. Ruckman will stay at home. Harris trying to work his way past his defender. Can't do so, and Myers there to win it back.